As I'm coming up to the tree, my first cast, I'll swim that jig by it. And then my next cast, I'll flip in there and I'll fish the jig back like a traditional retrieve. And those fish will set up somewhere on that tree or on a corner, or they'll be off the tree. There'll be some type of pattern. And then I can cut down a bunch of that cover and just fish that one pattern. But just covering water, one thing I try to do when I'm fishing heavy cover is I try to hit that cover as many times as I can. I try to bring it across a point or some kind of a certain point in that cover. Instead of just in and out in a straight line, I want to cross that cover as many times as I can, thinking that it's a ambush point that fish will be set up on. So here's something too, when you're flipping heavy cover, mistake I make a lot of times is when I'm flipping now, I don't click my reel. Got a bad habit of not clicking my reel, and that puts you in a bad position because a lot of times that bite will happen when that bait hits the water. And if you pick up waiting to feel and that fish is on it, and then you got to engage your reel and set the hook, especially in heavy cover when you got to move that fish out of that cover, that puts you at a real disadvantage. So that's my bad habit. Stay away from it and help you catch more fish. So the office for this research and development session is we're on Lake Verret, which is right in Pierre, Louisiana, which is where I live at, where I grew up at. And this bank, this stuff we fishing now is pretty much where I learned how to fish, because it's not but about a 2-minute boat ride or a 10-minute idle. So I'd like to think I caught a fish off every one of these trees. If I didn't catch a fish off every one of them, I know I done threw at it at least 100 times. So never really, I guess you never really leave. You always, well, I'm lucky enough to fish exactly where I'm at, right where I learned to fish. So we're in the big city of Pierre, Louisiana. Don't blink. If you're passing through, you miss it. Big city of about 3,500 people. Just on the north side of Lake Verret. And this is where I grew up fishing, this exact stretch. The north end of this lake is where I grew up fishing. We thought it was the best thing in the world, Lake Verret. Best fishing in the whole world at that time. But this is where I grew up, and it was fun. It was fun because to me all you had was fishing and sports, which was good for me. After figuring out that my career wouldn't be playing football in the NFL, figured that out pretty early. Fishing took the main stage for me. And living here, growing up here, it was almost like living in a playground, surrounded by water. Seriously surrounded by water. I could fish out of my, I could walk 30 seconds from my house and fish. So it was what some people might see as a disadvantage, to me was an advantage, and it was fun. So pretty much grew up on the playground. That's a good one. That's that frog that you like.